It's been crazy. Sorry, we haven't done one. I took some time off to work on my band. My band wanted to get some shit up on Spotify, and we finally did. And I recorded it all. Me and my wife played it all. We wrote all the songs. It's called 1111, but with no E's. So it's Elvia and Elvia. It's on Spotify and Apple Music and everything now. And we will be starting back up. I just a lot was going on. I moved for this record. I've been playing a lot of music. It's been great. Anyway, here's a little bit of us catching up and also some about obedience. Okay, love you. Bye. Good morning.
Fuck.
I just unplugged myself.
You know, you're not in California, are you?
No.
Yeah, because your part it almost looks identical.
Yeah.
I'm like, you put a table there and a fat guy. I'm like, okay, what's going on? No, I mean, can I say fat guy?
Sure. We can say whatever. It's our podcast. We do whatever we want.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to accept the consequences. Yeah, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even have I got to like Freddie Mercury. I don't have a stand. I couldn't find my piece for the stand, so
you're the champions. Hey, brother.
Hey, I was trying to get rid of that.
You're really loud.
Hey, yeah, let's fix that. There we go. That's nicer.
That's good.
Good morning. How you doing?
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's funny because when you went through when you had your little thing, I was like, that really sucks. And then this fucking absolute shitstorm hit us.
Oh, no.
And we're still kind of, yeah. Like, oh, I love your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Look at that picture of her.
Oh, baby.
Just like, what an angel. What an angel.
You know what happens? You know what happens with angels?
I don't.
They have sex with humans.
At least according to the Bible.
Hey. Or so I have read. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of life. I took some time off to finish the album. And then it's a bunch of shit. We ended up moving. So.
Dude. Yeah. And so how's everything going?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah. Great. Got a rehearsal space here. Yeah.
Is it exactly as big? Is it kind of like the last one?
Yep. Actually, it's a little nicer because it's got like a pool and like gym and, it's got a huge garage too. So we have an attached garage. So we put all the packing boxes out there that we used to move and then put all the packing blankets up. And now we have a jam space. It's pretty great.
No drums, I guess.
We're doing, so I play kick and guitar.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and she plays snare and bass on the piano, like on a keyboard and sings. So it's pretty involved, actually.
Like 4 jacks in a Jill.
Dude, yeah. It's definitely like a stand-up 69 of music,
Right.
It's hard to keep balance.
That's why I sit down, brother. You're going to wave stuff around.
Yeah, right.
You're going to use more than 2 appendages. You might want to sit your ass down. You will fall over, I promise. So you can start rocking halls. Oh shit! I got 1 foot off the ground.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
The balance too.
Yeah,
my left butt cheek is getting way bigger.
Yeah. Ever try a jam with Danzig?
Mm-mm.
Played with Danzig.
Really?
Yeah.
All 5'6" of them.
Oh, that's being kind.
By the way, I love him.
I was in a band with 2 of his bass player and his guitar player when his drummer got the gig for Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, rad. Was that Joey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and so they're like, got me. They're like, "You want to try out for Danzig?" I'm like, "All right." And I didn't take it very seriously. It was like, hindsight, maybe I should have, And I get kind of in my head. I want to learn every song and know it, or I'm like all or nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I learned like 7 songs halfway through, when I should have learned just 2 songs to just scorch them.
Yeah, yeah.
But I got to play like Sister Mother, we're not Mother. That's the only one we didn't do. Like Sister Kane and like all that first record, we like played most of it. It's like super fun.
Dude, that's rad. Was he a dick?
No, he was super nice.
Oh wow.
He's like,
that's
so
cool.
you guys got a band? Because the 3 of us, that was the Disciples. That was like the Howie Pyro and Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that was funny. Yeah.
That's fucking rad. No, you've never told me that story.
Yeah.
And I'm about to get a tattoo of Henry Rollins driving a motorcycle with Danzig holding on behind him.
Like holding on, or like holding on?
Holding on.
Like chick holding on?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. I love him.
When you were down there, did you ever like drive by his house and see him mowing his lawn and there's all his black in the boots and shit?
Oh, but it's so funny you say that, because like I used to read internet forums of his neighbors. His neighbors like posted a bunch of like conversations online where they were like apparently one day Danzig was like throwing bricks in one of their yards.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot what he was. Yeah.
No,
but Rouse.
He was always doing shit in his yard. Always doing like moving shit from here over to there and then back, and then like it's like no real like no project going on. Just
busybody.
Yeah, and he'd like have a mesh wife beater, like a black.
It's like a black. Like he's wearing Doc Martens and black fucking leather pants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All fucking stage ready.
It's 95.
The spray hair on.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Tony. But the people who told me are dead, so they can't get in trouble now.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about him, but none of them have been good. They've all been from producers. But that
he was nice to me. He was nice to me, but he was a drummer, so that's cool.
Yeah,
but they were talking tons of shit about him. All those guys would just constantly talk shit about him. Yeah,
he made some of the best best songs of all time.
He wrote some good songs, and the other guy they would like so, and then the other guy in that band. Well, Howie knew everyone. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a New York guy from.
Okay.
Like he Johnny Thunders shot him up the first time he did heroin.
Oh my!
Are
you fucking serious?
And he went out with Sid's mom and Nancy to spread Sid's ashes. So he's like OG. Like he's like, if you go back and you look, you'd be like, oh, that's Howie Pyro, because he was like fucking hot. He was so fucking good
in the day.
Yeah. He was, but so he was, so he knew all those Ramones guys. He knew all those guys, and Christian was the guitar player in Dee Dee Ramone's band before.
Okay, damn.
Before and during when the Disciples were playing, and then he's the guy who found Dee Dee dead because they were supposed to go shopping on Melrose it was Christian's birthday. And Dee Dee's like, just come over, we'll go shopping. and all day, every day, those guys would all be talking all these Dee Dee stories and how crazy he was. Like, they're all just crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, how could they not? Dee Dee Ramone specifically, how could he not be? If someone was like Joey or Johnny were just like normal, they read books and stuff and like are boring, I would get it. I'd be like, okay, sure. But not Dee Dee.
But they weren't. They were completely crazy people. Joey Ramone was the craziest looking person I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like,
you guys see them then?
No, I met him.
Oh my God.
The first time.
How he's like 6'4"?
It seems like he's like 6'12". Like I know tall people. and he was like 4 or 5 inches taller than, like, you know, old boy.
Is that the blonde guy?
Yeah, the blonde guy, and then the old Scratch. You know,
Blonde
those guys
guy's
were like,
tall too.
he is, yeah,
Blonde
but
guy's
like,
fucking tall.
but he's not, and he's got a peculiar head also, right? He's got a little bit of like a, does that fit on that body? You know, but that guy was like looking down out of the trees, like his hair. You weren't quite, and it was dark because it was a club. The guy who signed Green Apple Quickstep was the guy who I think he produced a couple of Ramones records. He was super tight with the Ramones. So when we played in New York, we did a showcase in New York to find a booking agent. Kevin Patrick is the guy. He was there with Joey Ramone. And I shook his hand, and it was like, it like just died in my hand. Like I went to shake his hand, you know,
It's
like,
a dead
fuck
fish.
It's like it started as a dead fish and turned into a rotted fish. Like, it was fucking. It was, and he, yeah, he was a very peculiar looking dude. And he, like, you know, his face was kind of behind the mask of hair, and it was like, what am I? You couldn't get a depth perspective because it's like,
and there's no chin in there anyway, so that makes it even harder.
It's like, yeah, it was very, very strange. You couldn't tell what angle to really get it. It's like a guy with a glass eye, and you can't tell which one to look at because you're going back and forth. But that was his whole face, sort of thing. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Everybody knows this. I'm not saying.
That's why. That's why people got in bands back in the days, because they were ugly.
Ugly.
You look at Pete Townsend. He literally looks like a Muppet, like a Jim Henson Muppet.
You know,
the biggest nose of all time.
I wouldn't have been scared to have sex with Pete Townsend, though.
Oh my God, I would. That man's insane.
No, not because of you know his prowess or anything, but just because of his look. You know what I mean? It's like, you can see what you're dealing with. But Joey, like,
Joey might be more.
You couldn't see what, like, when that thing cleared.
He might have a whole separate face, like right here. You know, you don't know.
Yeah, you might not be looking head on. You know what I mean? He could be acting like this, and then he turns like, ah. It's totally possible. It is totally possible. Oh shit, Leif.
That's funny. I remember. Oh, what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I don't know if you remember this, but when you got Squires and I in that Rock-A-Roki band, and we were playing that casino, I remember, you know, it was like 1,000 songs you have to learn, and like, so we were learning them all, and Squires and I Want to Be Sedated came up. Someone came up and sing that. We're like, oh, thank God. Squires and I are like pumped. We're like, you know, like, okay, we know this. You know, like, okay, it's not the, you know, Here I Go Again on my own solo or some weird heart song that you don't know, you know. And so we're playing it, and then we're at the same time towards the section where the key change happens. We like look at each other. We're like, oh, like we don't know what key it goes to. Like, where does it go? And we're getting like, you know, more like starting to get like shit your pants nervous. Yeah, like move like trying to figure out how to solve the problem. And right about then, some dude that looks like Marky Ramone is just standing there, and it's the weirdest shit ever. Just looks exactly like Marky Ramone. And we're like looking, Squires and I totally fuck the key change. We both go to different spots, and it's like, sounds like a fucking, like a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
And
fighting in a bag.
That guy walks away, and then we see like Dana and Justin. And it was Marky Ramone. They had played that night
at the casino.
Yeah. Squires and I right in front of him just fucked up his song. Like,
right. Nice.
So
that's
rough. It was so
you know what?
rough.
He might not. He's the drummer. He might not even have noticed.
Oh, he went and like walked away.
Right.
Like right when we did it, he like like took off.
That's brilliant.
It was noticeable. We like
That's
called
awesome.
each other on the way home, and we're like, maybe we should do something.
Learn this out.
We should quit.
Well, you've already seen. That's the worst thing that's ever going to happen. You're never going to have another Ramone show up and as you botch the solo. So it's like, well, we got that over with.
The songs are so simple too. I bet that's why he was pissed.
Yeah, it's like, you had one job.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good catch up. See, we haven't had any of these in too long. It's been
Yeah.
I don't even remember how long it's been.
It's been 2.5 months.
That's insane.
It is.
That's a lot. But I guess I did have a lot going on. And
In your defense.
yeah, and I did finish the fucking album. So
There you go.
yeah, which was hard.
And you
Which is hard.
moved
Yeah, moved
1,200 miles.
Driving a 26-foot long truck with towing a car, almost getting in a million accidents with my whole family in the front seat. It was not even as stressful as just trying to play bass decently on that record.
Yeah.
I had to stay up all
anxiety.
night.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it's so hard to be good at music, man. You know?
Yeah. That's why, that might be why I've never strayed from the drums.
Well, yeah, right?
Maybe.
It's genius.
Maybe. Or it could just be fear of success, because I know I'd be incredibly successful because she fucking look at me. I don't want to deal with all that. Yeah, if I can help it.
Yeah.
If I have anything to say about it. Okay, let's get to the important part. Have you heard the fucking Terrence Howard, Joe Rogan?
Oh, I thought yeah, I did. I listened to it on the plane. We went and played LA last weekend. So, yeah. Here's the only problem though. So far, every scientist I've heard, like, literally is like, this guy's a fucking moron, and they break it down.
There's not a chance. There's not a chance. But
he's not saying anything concrete. He's saying a bunch of cool shit. Yeah, no, but if you break, like, solids are not solids, straight lines or curves. I mean, it's like, it seems to be a macro micro. I mean, okay, well, let me take that back.
I think they call that a unified theory.
Well, possibly. But see, here's the other thing. I'm a fucking homeschooler. So, it's like,
well, here's how it landed on me is that, like, I kept waiting for him to sound like Graham Hancock.
Okay.
Like, Graham Hancock knows his shit, right? To the from ground level to 15 feet tall.
Yeah.
Graham Hancock cannot be fucked with. But you get into the extraordinary on the top and the micro on the bottom, and Graham Hancock's just a guy who's done a lot of research.
Yeah.
He's not a scientist. You know what I mean? He doesn't,
yeah.
He has to, like, stop at a certain point, and all he can do is reference things he's already referenced. That guy, Terrence Howard, talks like a scientist, and he knows every fucking inch, every fucking nook and cranny, all the way down, all the way up, micro, macro. He can talk the talk, and at no point did he ever falter. You know what I mean? Like, he was...
but he sounded fucking smart as shit to me.
But also, like, a guy who, I don't, like, and what about that first patent? The first patent he has is the one that everybody is using for VR.
Oh, like, yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, everyone. Like, so anyway, it doesn't even matter. So, okay, even if he just invented VR, give him that. Start there. That's where I started. That's where I start. Really, honestly, it's like, okay, well, what have you done? What have you done for me lately? Well, I did invent VR. I did. Everybody's using my patent on VR. I'm like, okay, that's cool. What else?
Get a patent's kind of tricky too, as far as
Yeah, I saw a breakdown by a guy who was like, bring it. Let's see. At least they're open to believing, or open to, like, research, open to, like, not just like he's a blah, 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 blah. I don't think you can. Anybody who says he's a moron is scared, because you can't call him a moron, because obviously he's like hyper intelligent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, there's no reality where
he might be a really good actor, though, just to play the devil's advocate, because he is a really good actor. Like, but to me, if he is a really good actor, I walked away with the same thing you're saying. I'm like, at first I thought he was dumb, and then I was like, no, this guy is fucking maybe too smart, right? But, like,
well, if something befalls him mysteriously, we'll know why.
Yeah. That would suck, dog.
Well,
That
it's
would
just like he seems like the next Tesla. Like that's like
Oh, you're
only
putting
there's.
that much in it? Interesting. I'm gonna have to go listen to this again now. Because
Oh,
if you're
dude,
saying
no,
this,
no,
I'm
no. Like
paying attention.
he's got like a shit ton of patents, and one of them is like this. Whatever. I'm not going to pretend
Well,
that
no,
I can.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, I thought you were gonna stop talking. I was trying to keep you going. Did I interrupt
Yeah,
you?
like he's got like if you watch it again and like and listen and go check out his website for all these patents he's got. Yeah, no, he's at the very least he's got a bunch of technology that and and where it came from.
Where did he say it came from? I can't remember.
Well, he started having dreams. Well, he remembers being in the womb. He remembers like coming to in the womb.
That's right.
And then he like I can't
So,
remember
it's the ether. It comes from like the inferior realm, basically. So is it?
He said there was I can't remember if the dreams started in the womb or after when he was a kid, but he'd have these dreams where this entity was like took his hand and he kept trying to look at it, but he couldn't. But the voice sounded really familiar, and now he realizes the voice was his adult self.
Oh wow!
And the voice would take him to this house or this palace or something, and every time he tried to look at see who the voice would reach in the door and grab something else and give it to him, and it was like all of these little shapes, and that's where he got all this information from. Is from this voice. Yeah.
Damn.
Like like his future self, I'm like,
dude.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's like, am I
cool?
Yeah, because am I so gullible? Because that sounds rad.
Well, like, look, I don't even.
That's where songs come from, right?
It's exactly
like
where
shit.
Songs come from.
Right.
It's exactly where. Yeah, like you're just like you're in tune to it. You're open to it,
Yeah.
and some I don't know. In some cases, I don't know. But yes, that's where songs come from. They're already there. Nothing is new. Everything that's here is here.
Yeah.
But I just been waiting for someone to come along and be like, we're on the wrong path. We've been on the wrong path for so long. It's like I just been waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally, like I've been waiting for another Tesla to come along, and it seems like that's what
I thought it was going to be aliens. If I'm being honest, my money was all in.
What?
I thought that thing would be aliens, like an alien comes down and like helps us with stuff. But
you thought the next
Tesla
help? Yeah. Well, the funny thing is so this guy, when he starts describing this flight that he has gotten patented, it sounds exactly like the drones everyone's seeing, like these little circle UAPs, and it's like, yeah, this is like, I don't think it's new.
Oh my god!
Yeah, what if stuff we already have? Because
what if? Sorry,
what if the go ahead.
What if the aliens we call God are just us? Like,
from the future. Or what if, yeah. Well, and the thing is, so he also talks about how as the earth, so that the sun, like the sun births planets, like that's why Pluto's the oldest and Uranus is the second oldest, because they're the furthest out. Like the earth drifts 6 inches a year from the sun, and you can't live on Earth until it drifts into the Goldilocks region, and it'll someday drift out of it. And and where were we going with this? And when it starts drifting out, you have to go underground.
Yeah.
And then you get gray skin and bigger head and thinner body. So if you haven't, so it's like
maybe.
Yeah. So, and it might not be us, but like, whatever. Yeah, Martians. It's super interesting stuff. Well, Mars was once in the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah. Interesting.
Or whatever.
Jupiter.
According to this guy.
Man, I also
what's crazy, you know that big storm on Jupiter that's been raging forever?
Yeah.
That big red spot.
Yeah, the red dot, yeah.
He says that's a moon that's going to be birthed out of, like, that's a moon birthing.
I wonder how he's getting to all these deductions. I mean, it's I don't know if I'm just happy all the time, but like I'm kind of already in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
I might be a little
And I tend to.
biased, like, but I know nothing.
Yeah.
I know fucking
I know
nothing.
nothing. I know nothing. I just
I've
like
never
it.
even I've never even been to a science class. I've never taken a science test. I've never done, So, but dude, I had this most
You've done some
stoned.
psychedelic research.
I've done a lot. I've done a PhD
that's a
level.
classroom. That's some classroom in itself. You know,
I can show you around.
You got your 10,000 hours.
Yeah, I'll take you over there.
Yeah.
I haven't in a while, but I was having like a stoned thought the other day out here because, and again, I've never been to school, but scientists say that we probably came from these fish that started walking on water, And have you seen those fish that have can walk up on the land and walk around and go back in?
Sort of.
Well, again, God damn it, I'm fucking remember I'm a moron when I'm talking right now. So, I feel people just yelling at the radio there, but what if we evolved from a certain species from the ocean and octopus also and cuttlefish also evolve and continue on because octopus have like a cloaking device inside.
Octopus are crazy. Octopus are like alien technology.
What if they are? What if these ships go in and what if it's just evolved octopus that we never see because they're fucking
cloaked
and right. And I don't know. It was a good 30 minutes the other night, like out there. Smoking up. I was like, and that jellyfish fucking.
The what?
That jellyfish UAP that they had like 6 months ago that was just floating around. It was like on military shit. Did you see that one? It kind of looked like a fucking squid or octopus.
Probably was.
Yeah, but it definitely, whatever it was, it definitely inspired the shit that wrote the Bible. And you're the one that called that out, like a year ago now, right?
Probably. I do a lot of really fancy smart shit. I pretty much call it all out. It's pretty much my kind of thing. What are we reading today, Leif?
Oh, did you? I sent you a
list
text.
Of them.
Yeah, there's I have a bunch, but let's yeah, I can tell you too. But I've been wondering. It's strange for me because in a lot of friend groups, I have had the strangest couple of years where tons and tons of my friends who lived pretty heathenistic to the max lives have turned to Christianity and now are like super Christians.
Gross. And you still talk to him? How can you stand to talk to him?
No, it is hard.
You fucking tourist.
Oh, dude, it is right. It's so hard, and I'm, judge not lest you be judged. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep that shit.
I don't know that one. I like to
it's
judge.
A good one.
Come over here. You don't got something nice to say? This is my Dolly Parton. You don't got something nice to say? Come sit by me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of so this spawns thinking in my mind of like why am I pissed off that these people are finding religion later in life? There's a good Taylor Tomlinson.
I know why.
Well, yeah.
Well, because they have a choice. Because they're making an adult decision to lean into this thing where you didn't have a choice. You were indoctrined. You were immersed. You were brainwashed. You were forced. You were raised in it. Where it's like now, if you could have grown up with open-minded people, think of who you'd be. You know what I mean? Like you're already very analytically sharp and in tune, and a gigantic bullshit filter because of how you were raised. If you were raised in an open-minded environment, think of who you'd be. you know. And
Yeah,
so for to see people have the opportunity to be raised open-minded and still resonate with this at like 40 or 50 years old,
yeah.
I could see that being sort of like, well, fuck you. You get to choose, you fucking cunts.
Well, it's more, yeah, there's also this angle of the Bible, it's hard because this whole podcast has been decoupling a lot of my fundamentalist lenses, right, of my childhood. And the Bible, you can make it say fucking anything you want. So, it just depends on what verses you're going to focus on. But if you do focus if you say the Bible's inerrant and you got to follow it, it's kind of hard to be it's kind of hard to be a Christian, a real one.
Right.
You've got to give money monthly. You've got to basically give up every single thing, including your family, for Christ. You've got to be a virgin until you're married. There's like all these.
I did that.
It was not smart. Do not
Look,
kiss dating goodbye.
I have never once had sex in my butt. So I think I've done a pretty good job for Christ so far.
Yeah.
It's more than Christ can say because they were fucking him in the ass all the time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It shall come to pass, Leif.
God. It's funny enough as a large chunk of friends that have turned to Christianity, it's because of like really difficult relationships, like marriages.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're just like,
they want to be able to treat their wives as property again.
I think they're just trying to not get divorced from their wives. It's really, like they're just, and it's hard because I want to be like, don't you see this problem?
Yeah.
But I don't know. So that's so specific, so these are personal friends, but I do understand that not everyone who believes in God is as stupid as the people I grew up with, and that's cool.
I think stupid's not the right word.
I think it's almost evil. Like, well, I do, not everyone I grew up with. There's some really amazing people, but fundamentalism breeds evil.
I think it's really safe for people who have grown up a certain way to, like now they're the elders in their church. Now they're the people who have all the information. Now they're the people who don't feel lost because they're young and don't know enough. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you give away the years where you get to be in charge? You know what I mean? Like, it's safe. And that's why they fight. So I'm just spitballing, but it's like, don't you fight really hard to be great at guitar because you're finally fucking good at it? Or, like you can at least like hang with people who are good at it and people can't say you suck or you don't know anything. It's like, what's the difference?
Yeah, it's an interesting motive. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but there's the people I'm kind of thinking of in my head are the ones that like follow every word of this book and actually do. And that spawns up in every religion.
Well, and again, it's that thing where it's like, I work really well in parameters. I'm always telling my wife, it's like, look, if you want me to do something, if you want me to be in charge of it, give me the parameters. How much can we spend? How much, whatever it is. It's like, just give me the parameters and I will fucking paint all the way up to the fucking lines. You won't even be able to see the lines anymore. Because, and it's kind of that same thing where it's like, look, if I just do all these things, like it is a finite amount of rules that this book says I have to follow. So I can memorize all that shit. I'm a grown fucking man. I can memorize all of it. I can spit it out to you. I can give the money. I can get on my soapbox, this many hours a day. And then I'm clean. I'm fucking untouchable. You
Even
know, I'm
though
fucking I'm Jimmy Kahn in Thief. You know, I'm like, you can't fuck with me. I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's a man. Yeah, then they usually use that to justify crazy shit.
Yeah,
Like
because
using
they're
church money to go to a strip club, or like
dude,
like it's because they've lived such a perfect life. They're like, no, I can fucking drink this
oh,
entire bottle of
oh,
tequila.
oh, oh, it's not that they've lived a perfect life. It's that they've
Yeah,
lived such a sheltered life. They've got no
yep.
life experience, and so when
Boom.
they open that door, they
Don't
fucking let
even
the
know.
floodgates in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's they gotta
yeah,
it's like they got a fire hose. They go, I gotta get
yep.
some fucking life experience tonight.
Rob Springer.
Who's that?
Oh, Rob Springer's it's this thing that Amish kids go through. When
Oh,
you
okay,
turn
yeah.
yeah,
Just
when you
like
turn
go
18,
out
you
and
get to
fucking
leave. Yeah,
set
so
your
they're
head on
just like
fire.
meth and dick and fucking
Right,
and, like they do everything for like
right.
3 months and they come
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I think
I
you and
don't
I
know.
did that. I think you and I did that. It was called our 20s and 30s.
Definitely, yeah, my 30s. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I smoked weed when I was 30.
that's right.
Isn't that silly?
I
That's
can't
so
believe I'd
weird.
known you for that long because there were.
Oh
I
man, I
met.
met you when
Well,
I was 18 years old. Shit
let me fill
rules.
this coffee cup, and then I have, and it
Oh,
shall come to pass. All right,
yeah,
that's the first
then we'll get into
Deuteronomy.
obedience. Yeah.
Is this Deuteronomy 28:1?
I'm gonna make a espresso myself.
Okay, all right. I'll
Yeah.
be right. Bible stuff.
Bible stuff.
Get in. We're doing Bible stuff.
Get it? We're doing Bible stuff. That's gonna be an edit. So we call that one.
Why?
No,
Because I
because I
just
just
said
sounded
that.
like a moron. No,
Oh.
we're gonna keep what you said.
Am I going?
Yeah, let's see. Which one are you gonna read? I gave you a couple, right?
I just
Deuteronomy
started.
28.
Yeah, that's where I started.
Yeah, let's go there. That's Old Testament shit.
Is this Old Testament?
Uh-huh.
And it shall come
Genesis,
to pass.
Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy.
So I think it's part of the Torah.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come on thee.
Yeah. Obedience.
And overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou. That's where we want to stop there.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna just keep going on, but I think it's one verse, right? But in this spot of the Bible, it seems to be like obedience equals good things,
Right.
He's talking. He's speaking to fucking Israel. What other verse did I give you?
Deuteronomy 5:33.
Fuck yeah. It's just kind of short.
It's a little short one, and it says, oops, hold on, 32.
Oh, you're liking things before?
Deuteronomy.
Follow the Spirit, brother, Reverend. Follow Spirit.
Mine stops at 32.
I have it. 5:33.
How many verses does your 5 have?
Well, I'm on my phone. Let me go there.
Oh, there it is. I'm sorry.
I literally opened to Deuteronomy 20. That's fucking crazy.
Nice. Ye shall walk in all ways. You shall walk in all the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, and that you may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess.
The NIV here has, God has commanded you so that you may live and prosper. Literally has the word prosper. But yeah, I mean, so, there's if you obey, God's gonna fucking
set you up.
He's gonna set you up, bro. He's gonna fucking find you some nice fucking infinity pools, you know, by the fucking ocean. I mean, at least in Deuteronomy, right?
And then you keep on hoping. Little pools by the ocean.
Keep on hoping we eat cake by the ocean.
Yeah, that's right.
Isaiah 1:19. I have.
Did you know that that's a? Do you know who sings in that song?
Yeah. Jonas Brother, right? Yeah.
But not the young one.
No. If he wrote it and produced it and did and played it, blah blah blah. I think he's just a handsome guy that showed up to the studio one day. Whoever wrote that song and the players on it's fucking great though. It's a banger, banger. Yeah. Isaiah 1:19 though says, "If you are willing and obedient, you will eat the good things of the land." And we haven't heard from Jesus yet, and I know this is NIV, but John 14:23 says, Jesus replied, "Anyone who loves me will obey my teachings. My Father will love them, and he will come to them and make our home with them. We will come to them." So, like, obedience is a huge thing, huh?
Apparently.
This goes back to this, like, watching people fucking say they're a Christian and then, you know, do cocaine at a strip club.
Right. Body shots.
Not saying that's wrong. It just, yeah. You know, it's just it's like made me think about it. So I started looking up all these verses on obedience, and it's just like it's everywhere, all over the Bible, and even right there, that Deuteronomy. That's one of the prosperity gospel shit. That's like what's his name? The asshole down in Texas, Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen's church is all about that.
Okay.
Right, like because like if you tithe to him, that's obedience to God, and so God's going to give you more money if you give him your money.
I feel the same way. Doesn't work as well for me though. I don't say it. I should say it more.
I feel the same way. We don't
literally say it.
We don't literally
say it. We don't literally mean it, but the point should be clear.
We need your money. The God I believe is not short of cash, mister.
Right. Right. Jeremiah has a couple things to say about this, apparently.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Reverend.
But I gave them this command: obey me, and I will just flat out, just like fucking submit on your knees, boy. Obey me, and I will be your God, and you will be my people. Walk in obedience to all I command you, that it may go well with you.
I mean, it's so cut and dry. It's so cut and dry.
Obey me, motherfucker.
Obey me.
It's pretty simple. You got one rule in this place.
Do what God says. Which, you know what? Might be a good rule.
Well, yeah, but which God?
That's I agree, right? I don't, because I find I find myself kind of, even though everyone hates it, a little bit more agnostic, but like if you extrapolate, I don't know. Yeah, I'm so stoned. I don't want to be annoying.
That's why I had to get some
sticking to the Bible. I'm starting to get fucking my little espresso. Sticking to the Bible. I shouldn't take us out in the weeds out there in my stoned brain.
All right.
But obedience here. Yeah. Matthew 7:24-25. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house. Yet it did not fall, because it has its foundation on the rock. Which is, it doesn't flat out say obedience, but it does promise safety even during hard times. And to be honest, I've used that verse to do a whole lot of stupid shit, including, spending all the money you had on certain gear or like jumping out of a high tree because you know you think like God's on your side.
Don't protect me.
Oh, it's only a 60-foot drop to the water, huh? That looks exactly
What's the worst thing that could happen? I've been in here. I've been obeying.
right. Right.
Right.
I haven't jerked off in 2 years.
Dude, I got some credits to give.
Right?
Yeah. Well, and apparently there's something that says in Romans, right?
Oh, yeah. Is that, I sent you that one. I was trying to,
Yeah.
that's a great one.
Romans 2:6-8 says, God will repay each person according to what they have done. I mean, it's pay to play, bitches. It's fucking quid pro quo, motherfucker. To those who by persistence in doing good seek glory, honor, and immortality, he will give eternal life. Life, you can jump out of that tree, you're gonna fucking live forever.
I love this verse. I used to read it constantly.
He will give eternal life.
Eternal
but
life.
for those who are self-seeking and who reject the truth and follow evil, there will be wrath and anger.
Yeah. I mean, what a supposedly Pauline teachings here, because like, motherfucker, persistence in doing good seek glory, honor, and immortality.
Caw-caw. Yeah.
You just sit there and just like, I love that shit. But it's like, it's all over. So like, if obedience is this big of a deal throughout the text, you know what? Here's a short one from Luke 11:28. He replied, "Blessed rather are those who hear the word of God and obey it."
Yeah. Well,
so
see,
is it right?
Well, what's the question?
Well, no, we're just talking about obedience, and its role in this book.
Right. Well, see, my problem with this is that, like, who's your God? And I think that, like, it's interesting that scientists have this same.
Amen, brother. Ready?
Have this same bent, this
Dogma.
need to follow what is established, and not to question what's behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Like E equals MC squared, gravity. That's the religion. That's the word of God. And for this guy, Terrence Howard, to come around and say, no, it's all electricity. It's not gravity. Gravity is just the centrifugal force aspect of electricity.
Yeah.
And what do you get? You get people saying, heretic, stone him.
It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty on brand. Did the same thing when Galileo, and and if you're, oh man, I'm not to quote U2 twice in this podcast, but this is too much perfect for this. Bono says they want you to play Jesus, go down on both knees, but they'll want their money back if you're alive at 33. So it's like, like usually the good ones get crucified
early.
Early. Yeah. But I mean, oh man, I don't know if I'm stoned or maybe I didn't follow where that was. Maybe I didn't let you unpack that all, what you're going for.
No, I was there.
Okay, yeah, because obedience plays a big role in this religion.
In any religion.
And their God is Yahweh.
It can't be a religion without obedience. Now, what you're obedient to, that sort of like separates what the religion is. If you get into a Buddhism, and I don't know anything about Buddhism other than the fact that it's inward, like seek enlightenment within you. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it's like, what are you obedient to? And how unquestioning is your obedience?
Yeah. And we live in a time where like it's so no one knows what the fuck's going on. Everyone's scared. So it's like I do see a spike kind of in this like fucking people are like, it was better back then, and they're turning to religion and like the structures that are inside that. Like you don't jerk off. You don't. You can't look at another woman.
You go straight to you can't jerk off. That's what
You can't.
It's the one that marks you the deepest. Like, these 50-year-olds aren't jerking off.
It's hard to do.
Like, yes,
it's
they
hard
are.
to do.
They differentiate. I promise they differentiate. They're not 4.
They act
they're not
like
8.
they're not.
They're not 12.
Yeah,
they act like they're not, but they do
there you
because
go.
they
But
know different.
they also quote these verses. They also quote these verses. So it's
God
like,
bless them. God bless them.
how do you deal with that cognitive dissonance?
You know what it is?
Like where
you're
stepping
it's
on the
like,
brake and the gas at the same time. Like,
well, in their defense, I mean, actually, not in their defense. In your defense, you were not jerking off during prime jerking years,
dude.
like where you need to like get your numbers up. Now
nothing
on the backside of testosterone. You don't need to jerk off that much. After you're 55, 56, you're like, that's okay. If I could go a couple of weeks, I can submit, I can obey. It's not that big a deal. It's not like it's coming out your fucking eyeballs. Don't put these folks too high up on the pedestal, brother.
Well, I'm just
brother Leif. You did the work. You did God's work. You really did God's work. These people are just like phoning it in from their fifth generation. Don't knock yourself down, brother. I'm here to tell you, Reverend Redding says you did God's work.
As iron sharpens iron.
It's like carrying around an empty jug, It's like your jug was full. You were humping water for the people. These guys are like carrying a plastic 2-gallon that's been empty for fucking 2 years. It's not a chore. You know what I'm saying? It's like they can just tie it to their backpack. They don't even realize it's not. Yeah.
That's
it's important, man. This perspective is real.
It is, yeah. It's strange because luckily we have so many conversations because my upbringing's so different than most people's, and my belief in this book was so much different than most people's. And it is weird to see middle ground, perspectives, and because I'm only used to like
again,
we used to sing a song that was
that's
like,
the whole thing.
We used to sing this song that was like, I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly over the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. That's like
funny
when I was like
we
5.
used to sing a song. We used to sing a song when we were 5 that said something like girls are made of greasy, grimy gopher guts, chopped up monkey meat, little turdy birdie feet, crushed up eyeballs, dipped in booger snot, canned at your Safeway store.
What? It's the same fucking song, except they used it on us to like, yeah.
Again, I can't stress hard enough, Leif, that you like these people who are in their 50s and turning to Christ. They're on the back 9. You know what I mean? They're on the back 9 and they're hammered. They're on their hammer like, well, I don't care if we're gonna get to the clubhouse and let's get fucked up on this shit. Where you were like 8, you were 5, you were like you were submitting and obeying. You know what I mean? Not just your parents, but like this thing all the way during your prime thinking years. It's like, who cares what people do in their 50s? They're dead anyway.
Yep.
It's like, if you get to 60, I've been saying that 57's the new 27 here in Seattle, or in our for Gen X.
Yeah.
Because like people can't seem to get past 57, man. We got a bunch of our guys checking out.
Yeah. So you gotta treat your body right, man. It'll break down on you, especially at all our friends are. They did not. They like to party.
Well. Yeah. I'm starting semaglutides in a week or here.
Oh, rad. Yeah. Man, I actually lost 40 pounds.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you find it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I got up to 250. I was just like lifting. Like, have you ever seen
Yeah.
Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like real Hopper energy, like big weightlifting gut.
Oh, right.
You know, just like
Right. The sheriff?
yeah,
The
yeah, just
sheriff?
got
Yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah.
like got yeah,
Yeah.
but
I can't
yeah,
get down below 210. And I need to be walking around at like 185. You
I
know?
know this is people might be annoyed, but this is our fucking podcast, so what? We don't care because this works. Yeah, I started.
We read the fucking Bible. Go fucking
Yeah,
home if
I
you
did
want to.
this.
You know,
I did this app
I don't get to
called
talk to
Lose.
Leif very often. You what?
I did this app called Lose It, where you track everything you eat, and I did that
Apparently
perfectly
that works
for
really
4
well.
months. Yeah, and I did everything. I never
It's
cheated
all
for
intake.
4 months.
You shut
It's
your
so
intake down
because you never
you burn it
realize.
off.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you never realize like, oh, like if I do this, I can have a pizza. But my problem is I wake up early and I stay up late, and I was working out like maybe sometimes 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
I do a 3-hour workout in the morning and I do like 2 hours in the pool, and then like 30 minutes in the sauna in the morning, and then I'd like lift weights all night and like do squats, and it was like but I didn't. I know this is kind of silly because all I wanted to be was just stronger and shit. But I looked like shit. Like, like your body looks like all jelly. You know, like all this. Like I don't know, just like you don't look. It's I'm being vain now, you know. But like you don't look good when you're doing this constantly. Just like you know. So my uncle passed, and we went to the funeral. So I got to see my mom's family, which is they're all just fucking rad. They're great. My uncles are bikers and badasses.
Oh, nice.
One of my
awesome.
cousins, yeah, they're great. And they're hilarious. One of my cousins is like, he looks like the fucking Rock. He's just like,
Nice.
just like jacked as shit.
Yeah.
And so he sent me his workout program. And apparently I was doing everything wrong. So I do like, five sets of like 12 to 50 of the heaviest weight I could. And I just did too much constantly. So now I've like dialed it back and it's working. It's like really working. I've only done it for a week too. But I could send you that shit if you want because it's pretty rad.
Sure. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you doing yoga? Or do you lift weights or?
I'm waiting for my yoga to run out. I got like the end of June, middle of third week in June, my membership expires. We got a Peloton rowing machine.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
And that's got a bunch of, and I finally ordered some dumbbells.
Fuck yeah.
So that we can do like the boot campy sort of rowing. They also have yoga classes in there. The thing is, you can't turn the heat up downstairs, so it's not like I can make it warm down there.
Yeah,
although I could. You can do that actually. Huh. But then the whole house gets warm. But that's what so I haven't drank in it'll be 2 weeks on Friday.
Hell yeah. Man, I've been drinking a little bit since I've been back up here. So
I think they lower your taxes.
Good job, though.
Puyallup.
Yeah.
Puyallup. Yeah. Yeah. So
that's good though.
Yeah. Well, we're trying.
But you don't look like you really need to lose weight.
I do. Well, yeah. My neck will go away more. It'll be like this, and I'm not being vain. I'm just like I'm 210 pounds. I'm 6 foot tall. I should be like 185. You know, I have my family has heart issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my plumbing's kind of going sideways, so I need to
you gotta eat.
Gotta be easy on my plumbing, you know, like ease up. I gotta lighten the load on the system.
Do you take Metamucil?
Right now I'm off of fiber entirely until I get this. I had an emergency CT scan last week.
Oh, I keep putting my middle finger up. I'm sorry, that's not towards you. Yeah. Wait, tell me about this because I didn't even.
Yeah, it just shit was going. I got some pain in my lower left abdomen, like basically, you know, where the party started.
Yeah,
in the aughts.
Yeah,
and so they did a scan, and now I'm got a referral to see a colorectal specialist so I can start sticking things up my butt again. So that's kind of sweet.
Oh, sweet. Who doesn't want that? But it's all good.
Don't know yet.
Fuck.
I don't know yet.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking rad. That's horrible.
Yeah.
It's so horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I always think, we're going to be okay.
That's life.
We'll get through it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's fucking life. It gets scary. Yeah. More life, brother. I watch all these Theo Von clips.
Yeah.
He has this one where he's like, life just keeps giving you life, man. Life's like, hey, you want some more life? Do you know that comedian?
Yeah.
Oh God,
I'm not immersed in him, but it's funny. He gets a lot of props, and I get it. I just haven't gotten to the point where I'm like, oh,
dude,
you know what I mean?
I've seen him we saw him probably 4 or 5 times at the store, and he's fucking funny. He one time and he must have been on mushrooms or something, but for like 15, 20 minutes. And this, by the way, killed. There was never a second where the whole room wasn't laughing. He just said, what's going on, man? You know, I don't know. And he just said that for 15 minutes. And it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. And like, I don't know, live, it's always different when you see people. Like, I never really liked Whitney Cummings, even though I want to. But then you see her live and it's like, oh my God. Like, she's a fucking ninja. Like, she controlled the whole room the entire time. And it's like, nice. Okay, I totally get it. Like, you know, the medium of watching it on your computer or TV is kind of...
Right.
Yeah.
You don't feel the energy.
Yeah. I had one more from Proverbs and I lost it. Let me see if I can. Because I think we all agree about, or at least, you know, the obedience is an important part of this book. I don't know what that
front
means
and center,
yet.
right? Well, both of them, old and new.
Yeah, because Proverbs, which 1 through 2, this is the Old Testament. My son, do not forget my teachings, but keep my commandments in your heart. For they will prolong your life many years and bring you peace and prosperity.
Yeah, boy. Now, how many commandments were there?
10.
Well, there were more than that. Were there really only 10?
Well, I mean, in this Bible, I bet Dan McClellan would be like, in an ancient Asherah pole from, you know, he would have like given us some facts of how it changed. I don't know. I'm just assuming that because, you know, think about how old these religions are. So tons of shit changes. And then they kind of like, you know, over time, just things fall out of popularity, you know? Like think of the word gay, you know.
No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. We don't have to like go into vernacular.
Well, people are listening too, so I was trying to clarify my point. But you know, yeah. But
that you're gay?
That I'm gay. That Squires and I are in love.
Now that I'm in Puyallup, I can finally come out and say it. Yeah. What are you doing on Saturday?
I'm trying to go to that show. You gonna go to that show? Yeah.
There's a lot of shows. There's a lot of shows on Saturday.
Oh, but Squires is playing with walking papers.
That's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy Michael Lee has his record release at Barboza.
Mm.
He was in Sub-Minute Radio.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we play together in Blackie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bass player. He's amazing. He's awesome. He's an
amazing monster. Awesome. In one word there.
Yeah. And then Deisha's playing with Carrie Ockery at the Sunset.
Oh shit.
And then
that's kind of
cool. And then Mike's playing, and then my buddy's having his 50th birthday party in White Center. So it's like
you're popping everywhere. You're gonna need cocaine.
I got that part taken care of already. I couldn't get any coke, so I just got a bunch of meth. Yeah. So we should be.
I've never done that. I'm glad. I'm proud of myself. That's the joke. That wasn't. But I have never done that.
That's not a joke. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish.
But you know what? Don't take much. Don't take much, brother. Oh my God. Don't take much. You'll be up for hours anyway.
Yeah, I worked with people on different job sites that would do it. One guy would he was the general manager, the GM, and he would crush it in his hand at the morning meeting and then snort it. Like in front of all the bosses and everything, dude, in front of all the general contractors that had hired us. And stuff.
Wow.
And then he would fucking be working and he would pee his pants. And it would go down into his shoes, so he had to constantly have different shoes. I went to a weird place.
That's quite an image. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what happens when you don't have any degree and you have to work on construction teams. When you're not playing guitar.
Yeah, you end up you need a lot of shoes.
You just meet interesting characters. Yeah. Right.
Sounds like crab fishing. Same kind of guys.
Yeah. It's really sad because some of them are so fucking brilliant.
Yeah. And all the rest of them end up in the pokey. Guest of the country, or the guest of the county, guest of the state.
Yeah, it is not. Yeah, I have 3 uncles that were incarcerated.
Yeah,
for long periods of time. At one point, one of them was in San Quentin.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I got into Johnny Cash.
That's crazy, dog.
Yeah, but he's a brilliant artist.
Yeah,
like brilliant. Like he was the best painter drawer I've ever met. And they're rad now. My uncles rule. They're cool.
Mom's side.
Yeah, they're cool as shit. Yeah, that whole side I got. Oh man, maybe. I feel like it's like 30 cousins. Because my mom comes from a big family. So
are any of them hot?
Well, first of all, they're my cousins. That's why. Why is that?
You're from fucking Maple Valley. Don't give me that as an obstacle.
Oh, it's worse. They're from. We're actually from this really small town. It's called Cooperstown, North Dakota.
Dude, get in there.
That's where they moved from there to Yakima. Grandma and Grandpa.
They're like, we're moving to the big city.
Yeah. Very small place in Washington for people who don't know. Yeah. But they're all like, they're all religious too in ways, which is.
Oh, they are, but just not.
Well, no, because they're cool about it. Which is, it's like Catholics are always kind of cool, actually. Like non-practicing Catholics, like Kevin. Like you,
recovering Catholics.
Yeah, there's they're usually too polite to say that, Yeah.
Sometimes. Well, it's not they're polite; they just feel guilty.
Yeah, that might be it. Actually, what a weird. It makes sense because they're not being obedient. So what's coming for you. God's storing up some wrath.
Right. Duck and cover.
Also, it like man, it kind of this obedience shit in a way. It could be the whole reason that like Christ came about. I'm pretty stoned, but this thought just popped into my head.
Go with it, brother.
Yeah, right. So, like in all those Old Testament verses we read, there was like a reward given if you were obedient, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this little nation. This, group of desert dwelling, back then, fucking badasses, Israel, these Jewish people, what happens when they are obedient? Let's say one generation was completely obedient to the Torah, was sacrificed correctly and did everything right. What happens when their kids watch them be great and still get conquered constantly by Babylon, by Persia? Everyone around them is constantly fucking them up. Yet they're doing everything. Yeah. And so, by their theology, by the way they think, they're like, wouldn't you be like, I didn't put my finger in her butthole, like I didn't sacrifice that goat incorrectly to Yahweh that one night. Like I didn't, they do everything right and still end up in Babylon, as a slave. What do you do? So it's going to splinter off at one point, right? These people are going to be like, no, we got something wrong. and Jesus was probably coming to update Judaism, right? Probably not abolish it. He's a Jew.
This is I want to be
You see how
clear to
far that
everybody.
went?
I want to be clear to everybody. Leif just now showed his hand, and he's like, he's like, he has to say this whole thing so that I don't call him out immediately when he starts on this tirade about, and that's probably why Jesus came around.
But right,
like,
you think that's the social pressure that caused the whole rift? Because Christianity, like,
here he goes.
still borrows.
Here we go.
I'm not,
here we go.
I'm not. You think I'm trying to sell something? I'm not trying to sell something.
I'm not. But it's like this is a Leif theory. This is a Leif theory.
I thought I prefaced that. See my little.
You might have. You might have.
See that little tiny thing? This is a fun time for me. You know. Yeah. But
what
right,
is that
like,
thing? What is that thing? Oh, I thought it was a screwdriver. I'm like, I'm gonna turn the cranks of Christianity with this thing.
No. But
That's funny. That was so funny.
I think. Right, because they build. Even if Jesus, what if Jesus? Didn't set out. Yeah, right.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? Jesus came back. Why?
He didn't come back.
He was the savior. Why?
No. I
now
don't
Judaism
think Jesus came back.
Judaism splintered. Why?
Now you're breaking. See, you're calling to the nerd in me, and I'll go off my point here with all that. But because Christianity is a different form of Judaism. Their book is in this book. You know, they stopped sacrificing.
Okay.
Right? So, like...
No. Judaism and Christianity are not the same thing.
No. Christianity is like stole Judaism. It's like an offshoot of it. The main character in Christianity was a Jew that was rejected by his own people.
Right, but it's way more like... it's not even in the same timeline. Like, it's sort of in the same timeline. It's more like Star Wars... and then the Mandalorian. You know what I mean? It's not the same story.
No.
It's not like Judaism is like Empire Strikes Back and Christianity is A New Hope or vice versa. You know what I mean?
True.
It's not like that.
It's
like
really
totally different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They took the story. They took one little guy from Star Wars and made a whole religion around him.
And I'm like too stoned to remember, but
did you hear that?
That
was fucking brilliant. That was brilliant.
I'm only trying to build on it.
I'm dropping pearls here, Leif.
Yeah, no, I'm only trying to build on it, not take away. But because it's almost like Jesus doesn't believe in Yahweh, because Jesus is almost like all his teachings are the meek shall inherit the earth, give to the poor, turn the other cheek, and Yahweh's like, obey me or I'll fuck you up.
Isn't it possible that it wasn't Yahweh the military god? Who's the other one?
El?
Who's Elway? Yeah, El.
Like so Elohim. There's a bunch of different
maybe
names.
Jesus was the son of Elohim.
I think there's like like Presbyterian and Baptist. Like there's like a denomination that believes that. I wish I was not so stoned so I can remember.
Denominated.
Yeah, but it is fucking the staying power of it. Like it keeps going on. I was at the gym and I was wearing a hoodie with a cat on it, and this cat like has an upside down cross and like crazy eyes. So it's just like a tiny nod. It's not too big.
Who? To Charles Manson?
Well, I think people like most of the crazy fundamentalist Christians I met seem to do the most evil. And so I like to wear Satan shit because I think it's funny because like I think they're Satan, like the Satan. So if they're Satan, then whatever they call Satan is probably the good guy. So it's just a joke for me. So sometimes I wear it out. And I'm at the gym here. This guy named Omar comes up to me and goes, "Man, that's got some bad juju." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, that sweater's got some bad juju. And I'm like, "Oh, you must, I'm sorry, is it offending you? Are you a Christian?" He's like, "No, they're stupid." And I was like, "Okay, well, so you have a religion?" He's like, "I believe in Allah." So he starts going in on this whole thing about how Allah is a true God. I'm like, And I was like, well, yeah, I don't know. He might be. I don't know what
This is
made
just
everything.
a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I'm like, I think it's funny because I've read the Bible a lot and I explain my whole thing. And then I'm like, well, have you ever read the Quran? And he's like, and we had this whole, and I was like, dude, it's so small. I've read the Quran. It's like, it's not even that big, And it's just so funny how like we all fall into that thing, the group think. And sorry, there we go. The group think. And I brought this up because of the staying power that I was thinking of at the end of that. Like, it's like, it keeps, you and I have these discussions and you'll be like, this is dumb. And then I'll be like, damn it, you know what? You're right. This part of the Bible is really dumb, But like society can't do that for some reason. Like,
can't do it. Well, I think that what society does is like they edit out, kind of like you've said a lot, that like some of it sticks and some of it doesn't. We've talked about how come they're cherry picking. So society does sort of do that. They only take the stuff that resonates, that they can control people with rationally. Yeah. And rational people aren't going to let you kill your daughter because she had a blouse on that has mixed fabrics. Mixed fabrics, or that you touched a dead pigskin on Sunday. So it's like but you're right. Like there is a ton of staying power, but periodically they weed out the stuff that's like detrimental to their modern message, to modern thinking.
Yeah, because Jesus says, if your right eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out. So, like,
I think he was being dramatic. Maybe he just meant if your right eye causes you to stumble, maybe you have a lazy eye, and you should put a patch over the other one to strengthen that eye, because that's what they do with kids with lazy eyes. Maybe you got to read between the lines. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, I will say sometimes I hear people talk about the Bible, because my TikTok, my algorithms are bent, let's just say. Right. And there will be some beautiful shit. Like when Kevin Whitmore was on here. Right. Like when he talks, I'm like, that's so cool. It's just like, so, I unfortunately, it does seem to be kind of like a lens that, like, your opinions on religion in the Bible or whatever holy book you have is more about your bias and like, preference.
Yeah. What you don't self-filter out says a lot about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I totally buy that.
Yeah, it's a sad truth. I mean, right? Because like you've read a lot of the Bible now. Like we've stopped even reading books and we're just like taking chunks.
Read some,
but compared to other Christians, we've read like 7-8 books now, right? 9 books, fully, the full thing.
Has it been that many? I don't think it's been that many.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see: Genesis, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Revelations.
We didn't read all of those. We just read the Gospels.
Is that all there is? Those are the only stories about Jesus in the Bible.
I know, but we didn't read all of Mark and all of Matthew and all of John. We just read the Gospels.
We didn't read all of John. We didn't read them.
It's okay. Let's just agree. Let's just, for argument's sake, say you're wrong. And let's
point being,
we've read more than most people on the planet. We've read more than most Christians and most Catholics. There you go. For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the metric.
We agree on that part. Yeah.
Yeah. And
hey, do you like the Hold Steady?
Oh man, I'm trying. What do they sing? I remember that name. I remember that name. I think so.
That's more than most people. Say when I ask them that
about the Hold Steady.
Yeah, and I couldn't have told you. I didn't know one song until about 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago, when somebody turned me on to the Hood Rat song. Your friend, the Hood Rat. They're like an Elvis Costello-y Strokes.
Yeah.
From Brooklyn. And they got a bunch of records out. They came out around the same time. Yeah.
I
They kind of
don't know. Maybe we played with them or something.
We're what and they apparently they tour around. They got 3 shows at the Crocodile sold out this weekend.
Damn.
And they like to have tribute bands open up for them. And so Wild Rumors is opening up for one of them.
Oh, really? Hell yeah, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, it'd be
that's
sort
fucking
of fun.
rad. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that's fucking rad. I got in,
which is funny because we can play that room by ourselves. You know, like that's the room we play. But
now
it
you
would be
might
fun
get
to
the
like
bigger
open up
room.
for like we play the big room.
Yeah, but like
that's
point
the room
being
we
is
play.
like all those fans might be people who would not normally be at a Wild Rumor show.
That's
you know?
that's why we're doing it. Yeah, for sure.
That's sick.
Yeah,
that's way sick. Man, we got we flew to LA to play a show, and now we're playing a show out here. It was great, dude. On just moving on the way up, I got some texts and basically got in 2 bands on just from people who like heard about it. Oh, you're moving back? You want these dates? You know, like pretty decent paying too. I just did a gig with George at Lubin Field to help him. I ran sound and stuff. You know,
nice.
Yeah. So plus I got like we got like about 10, 12 more songs, so we're gonna be able to put one out a month.
There you go.
We're gonna just try forever. Yeah. And then I got this other buddy that's like, dude, I'm gonna try to get him on here. His name's Sonny. His parents are like, I think I can say this on here. I'm going to. Were meth addicted traveling preachers. He's got a mullet. He's fucking country jacked. He's a construction worker, and he writes some of the coolest. I'll have to send you one. He sounds like a busker. You know, he's like real green at it. And they're just great songs. So he's never played before. He's from Buckley. And we were jamming the other day. I'm like, dude, you got to play a show. So I took him down to the firehouse, and he got booked at the log show, which is they're like, you know, the log games where people like climb stuff. Yeah. Which is like for Buckley, it's like the Super Bowl, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So he went from not playing a gig to
they had it in Edmonds where I grew up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They had that same thing, Old Milltown. Because the downtown Edmonds when I was a kid was called Old Milltown. And once a year they would have that whole fucking where they chopping logs and fucking get on there and chop the tree down and like score. Yeah, it was a fucking big deal.
Those thick boys. Yeah, they drink a lot too. It's crazy. The shots they pour are like out in those towns are just like you even one shot you're done. You're like a normal person is done. You got to be a logger. Yeah. I love that place. Yeah, so there's all this music shit happening for us, which is really cool. Yeah. Are you going to Squire's thing though?
I got it. Like I said, I want to. I'm going to try and get there. I don't. He's still trying to tell me what time he goes on. I know that Michael's headlining, and I have to go see that. So
yeah,
it's Michael's show.
That's cool.
So I'm going to. And Mike's only playing a couple songs.
Yeah.
Squire's only doing like 2 or 3 songs, so it's like
I just love that band.
So big fan. But if something has to go into by the wayside, it's probably gonna be that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm sure I'm sure we'll be running around. We'll be running.
Yeah.
I've never. Have you ever been to the Spanish Ballroom before you go down here? Have you guys ever played there?
Yeah.
That place is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We filled that place up.
The Wild Rumors.
Yeah.
Dude, the band I saw was the best live show I've ever seen, and there was like, I mean, there was like 50, 70 people there, maybe. It was very empty, very, very, very empty.
Yeah, that's awesome,
man.
Yeah,
so
we've been playing Jazz Bones because we love Rachel, and she'll give us like the way better the door deal guarantee and the door deal and all the back end and.
Dude, that band's like killing it, huh?
Yeah, we just, I mean, you know, you can only play Seattle, Tacoma so many times, but like we're playing down. We got like we got a Thursday, Friday, Saturday in Oregon in August. We got Kirkland. We got a weekend of Kirkland and Walla Walla. All right, I got to go crap.
Yeah, I should let you do that. I got to go eat food. All right, love you. Good to see you, bud.
Yeah. I love you, buddy. I'll talk to
Yeah,
you.
we'll talk soon.
Okay.